Hello, John. Nice to talk to you.
And you too.
Tell us a story about the behind the record we're going to play.
Yeah, well, what it was, a couple of years ago, I was down at the Albert Dock with my two grandkids and my wife, and she was meeting a friend. And when she went looking for the friend, I had the two children in a pram, and I seen this guy, obviously an American tourist at the Beatles exhibition. And he's sort of waving to the kids and making faces. And I said, hello, how long are you in Liverpool for? He said, oh, unfortunately, just today, and, you know, we had a little chat, and he said about the children. Oh, aren't they lovely? I said, thank you very much. And then off he went. My wife comes back with a friend, and then we start walking round the dock. And I had one of the girls out of the pram, and she was running ahead and squealing the way she did. She was about 3 years of age. And I seen this guy again, and he was sort of looking at us and laughing, and we went past him. And then I looked back, and my wife's friend and her friend had stopped and were talking to this guy, so I went back. And anyway, they were getting his autograph. And it turned out to be Neil Diamond. And they sort of got the autographs and apologised for, you know, interrupting him, and off they went. And he called me back. He said, no, come back to me. And he says, how old is she? And he says, he said, I envy you. He said, because I've just had my first grandchild, and I've had to come away on this tour. And anyway, we were talking, and how hard it was. I said how hard it was for him to leave his grandchild, because I'd hate to leave mine. And that was it. We shook hands and left. We had a good talk, and off we went. Now, I've got a friend who a Liverpool lad who sings in Tenerife, and a year or so later I told him this story. And when we went back last year, he said, I couldn't get that story out of my head. He said, I've wrote a song called Letter from Liverpool, he says, about a star, not Neil Diamond in particular, but that's who he wrote it about.
Yeah.
About a star who has to leave, you know, a granddaughter behind. It was a grandson, actually, although he says a daughter. And he said, I wrote this letter, you know, it's like any star who's on the road and sees an ordinary guy with his granddaughter enjoying themselves, and it's like, I wish that was me, you know. And he wrote this song called Letter from Liverpool.
Okay, and he's from Liverpool, John, but works in Tenerife.
That's right, yeah. Ged Roberts, yeah. He's a great singer. In fact, he's you know, he writes a lot of songs. And he's just sent me this...
Okay, well, we're going to listen to it now, John. And just imagine now the number of times that Neil Diamond's told his mates he met John Conroy.
Yeah, that's right.
Thanks a lot, John. Let's hear the record.
Thanks very much, Bill.
Writing you from Liverpool, where the sun is shining, but it's kind of cool for this time of year. Wish you were here. Went to the cavern yesterday. It's a place where the Beatles used to play. You won't remember, let it be, or yesterday. Later on I took a walk down to the Mersey and the Albert Dock, and I met a man and his little girl. We started to talk. He said, I think I know your face, but for the life of me I just can't place where I've seen you before. Can't be sure. And when I told him, he started to laugh. He said, you don't look much like your photograph. Maybe for my little girl, your autograph. And I see by your eyes you've a little girl too. It must be kinda hard for you to be so far from home. Don't you ever feel alone? Little girl danced and threw back her hair. Just for that moment I saw you there. I could almost touch your rosy cheeks, your skin so fair. I could almost feel that last embrace, taste the tears rolling down your face as you kissed me goodbye, never knowing why. And there's nowhere on earth I'd rather be than holding you now so tenderly. I guess you'll soon be 3. You know I miss you desperately. Soon it was time to say goodbye. You shook my hand, looked me straight in the eye, and said, see you sometime. The pleasure's all been mine. But not because of who you are, not because you're some superstar. It's simple, can't you see? You know you're just like me. I'll be on the stage tonight, beneath the glow of the bright spotlights, and I'll give my all to each and everyone. And when I've sung my final song, and the curtain's down and the fans are gone, and I'm left with only me, that's when I'll miss you desperately. Writing you from Liverpool, where the sun is shining, but it's kind of cool for the time of year. Oh, I wish you were here. All my
To all of his millions and millions of fans, he's Neil Diamond. To his grandson, he's just Grandad. There we are.
Well, that
nice
was,
song, nice story.
Very, very nice and very... Actually, it was very... What's the word I was looking for?
Emotive is the word.
Emotive is a good word.